homes are now sitting on the market for months, guys. That's right, months. This is mighty different than what the real estate agents were telling you guys before, remember?
You better buy right now because homes will be going so fast. You will wish you bought a home.
Now we're here. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Make sure you check in the description and in the pinned comment. I have a newsletter that will give you tremendous value. Yes, and it's free. You cannot beat that, guys. But let's take a look at this. Austin homes used to sell in a week. Now they take months, if they happen at all. Now, let's go back to a time, guys. When real estate agents were telling you guys,
you better do it now. If you don't do it right now, you're gonna miss the greatest wealth creation that you've ever missed before. Let me tell you a story. A year ago, there were a bunch of people who decided they didn't want to buy a house today, and today they regret it. And so you don't want to be one of those people who regret it, do you?
That's the story that these real estate agents were telling you guys. And I was telling you guys, if I were you, I wouldn't be pressured by a FOMO tactic. FOMO tactics don't make me move. And they shouldn't make you move either. They didn't really care if they sold you a home because it didn't matter if you had issues with it or you regretted your purchase later. They're ghosts after they get their commission. Poof. They're gone. When Lindsay Mader put her house up for sale earlier this year, she braced herself. For the past 2 years, a combination of plummeting mortgage interest rates and influx of remote workers to Austin met for sale homes were in high demand. The result was a frenzy. Dozens of people bid to buy the same home, some offering them $100,000 over asking. Woo! Oh man, and I know, people in my comment section, they be getting ready to be like, Orlando, that never happened.
You always are using $100,000 over asking or $50,000. That never happened. Where are you living?
And I always go, did you not read what was going on? Did you not see? Did you talk to people? Did you do anything? Because you had to be living underneath a rock. If you don't believe that people were paying over asking in the last 2 years, last 3 years, if you think that everybody was playing market price and you're complaining in my comment section, I don't know what to tell you. Did everything change? Everything change? And it says mortgage interest rates nearly tripled in that year. Buying a home became much more expensive and interested buyers dried up. It's no secret, guys. It's not brain surgery. It's not. It's as simple as this. When things continue to go up, and here we knew that the Fed was going to continue to raise interest rates. We knew it because we saw inflation continue to go up. So as things get more expensive, people don't want to buy them because it's too expensive. Demand drops. When demand drops, what happens to the price of the item?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's going to decrease because those items are no longer desirable. Now, we do understand that they're not desirable because of the interest rate, which that's another story that we know we don't do here. Price over interest rate.
Write that down.
So when you combine all of those things, of course the price is going to drop. And that's what's happening now. Now you have everybody and their mom sitting on the sidelines along with the media telling you, yeah, it's not a great time to buy. They're late to the party, but they're still at the party. And they're telling everybody who's in the back, who came late, they're saying, now is not the time. So now it's dried up. Nobody wants to touch a home unless it's just a steal.
Yeah, boy.
And now individuals are dropping prices because remember, I say this all the time, guys, your situation isn't other people's situation. And so you have to really follow that. So let's see what happened. It says in May, Mader and her husband listed their North Austin home for $650,000 and then they waited. The weeks just passed by and they were like, what's going on? Mader, who works in communication and nonprofit, said a handful of people came to tour the 4 bedroom house near the Q2 Stadium, but no one wanted to buy it. The weeks just turned into months. So Mater and her realtor did something virtually unheard of in Austin real estate until recently. They lowered the price and then lowered the price again. It seemed with each time we lowered it, we just weren't getting that much attention. And that was really scary. This is the important part, guys. And this really is, why was it that the seller was surprised? Well, the seller was surprised because they believed that maybe they only had to lower the price just a little bit, and then they could still sell you that overpriced home. They thought maybe they could still get a little bit of the slice of the craziness that happened 2 years ago. They thought that at the end of the day, that they would still come out with a big bag of cash. That's what they thought. And then when they actually got into the market, after their home sat on the market for months, only then did they come to grips and say,
maybe we need to lower this more. Maybe we do. Maybe today's price is too high. Maybe that's the reason.
Now they're coming to their senses, and now they want to make that change and lower the price. And let this be a lesson to all the sellers out there. You have to adjust the price to the market, guys. You can't live in 2022, 2021. Those days are gone.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
And these real estate agents that are still trying to push this narrative that, hey, sellers, listen, don't worry about selling what market price is. Prices are going to still go up. Yes, I know you're trying to sell your house. Don't worry. I know you want to sell your house coming up this year, at the beginning of next year, but don't worry. Houses are going to go up in 20% in the next year. Just you wait.
Stop the cap.
Those guys are leading you down the wrong path. It's over. It's over, sellers. It really is. We're going to go into an area where it's a buyer's market. Now, does that mean that you still won't make money off of your property? No, that doesn't, especially if you bought your property years and years and years ago. But if you overpaid for your property, it's going to be tough.
I don't have a headache. I'm just preparing.
So let's take a look at the ending of this story. It says, in late September, Mater and her husband finally got an offer. It was $100,000 below the original asking price. Worried that they wouldn't get another shot, Mater and her husband decided to sell. Austin housing market looks entirely different than it did 2 years ago. Gone are the days of dozens of offers, bids over asking, and waiving inspections. With higher mortgage interest rates, fewer people can afford to buy, and current homeowners are loath to sell, giving up the low interest rates and the promise of high sales price. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's Austin, it's Austin, it's Austin. The reason why Austin is such a good example is this shows you the greed. Everybody moving from California to Texas, Florida to Austin, and all this other stuff. It's a great example of what happens when an area just balloons. It's like Florida. Florida is in the same category. I mean, it may be worse in Florida with the tax issues, with insurance issues. It's just so bad there that the bubble is going to burst, guys. It is going to burst, and it's going to burst in your favor if you're a buyer. But listen, this is a great example because it shows you exactly what's going to happen across the nation. It really does. And if you take a look at here, the cracks in the housing market are growing larger as sellers slash prices. Redfin says, but buyers beware of all cash bids. Redfin is now jumping on the bandwagon, showing you the data. It may be late, but they're showing you the data. I can promise you right now, you can go into Zillow, Redfin, or any of these other platforms, and you will see yourself that the price cuts are happening big time. Properties are sitting on the market for weeks, months, if not selling at all. We're starting to see the needle go over to the buyer side. We're not there yet. So I just want to let you know, we're not there yet. But it's getting closer and closer and closer, guys. So as always, I hope you got value out of this content, guys. But you know you won't get all of your value off this one video. You need to watch this video here. It will help you understand what's going on in the housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property, and I promise you the information you will get from it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.